Welcome to another Ballzy Core. If you are using your Ballzy today for this class, you're going to use it to amplify that nice deep core connection. If you don't have Ballzy or you're not wearing it today, you are just going to feel as if you're hugging that up inside you. So I will cue it as if you're wearing it, and let's just see how much deeper you feel it. So we're going to keep this one short, but we're going to go deep. So go ahead and take a seat and take your legs out in front of you and take your arms up. And I want you to just kind of take a breath in all the way down to your pelvic floor. Kind of feel those sits bones open, feel your pelvis open. And then as you exhale, you're going to lift up and hug that ball up and back and tip your pelvis. And then we're going to just go halfway back and then lift up. Halfway back, lift up, hug that ball up to float up. Two more. Roll back. Really notice how you're opening your sits bones and hugging up inside of you. And then lift up. And this time we're going to go all the way back. Feel your low back touch on the floor first, and not because you're crunching, but because you're hugging up on the inside all the way down. Bring your hands behind your head. And as you exhale, see if you can go ahead and use that pelvic floor connection as your pulley system. So those activate first, and you're rolling up to your shoulder blades. Without moving your pelvis, bring your right knee up and your left knee up. And you're going to notice if your abs want to push out, part of this work we're doing in Ballzy Core is drawing in and up from the inside instead of pushing. So keep practicing that. We're just going to go slow motion bicycles. So you're going to rotate over to the left and switch your legs slowly and then rotate to the right. Exhale as you do it. And as you twist, I want you to twist at the base of your twist, which is inside your pelvis. So pretend you're hugging Ballzy inside and spinning that ball to the left and then to the right. And just notice how much deeper you can feel this. In the meantime, keep your breath going and see if you can press back into your hands. And that's going to make your abs work harder to hold you up. Let's do 4 more on each side. When you take those legs long, track them in line with your sits bone. Once you get 4 more on each side, you're going to come back to center and take your right arm inside your right inner thigh. And you're going to press into that leg and take the left leg long. So really press into it. Hug that right leg into that right arm. Whoo, you should feel that amplifying the burn. Hug that Ballzy up inside of you. Hug it to the back of your spine. 3 times we're going to rotate. Exhale, bring your left elbow towards your right knee. Inhale, whoo, all the way open. Exhale, hug from the inside, underneath your belly button, inside your pelvis. Number 2. Inhale, open. And number 3, exhale, hug that ball in, feel that back, gently press into the floor, squeeze into that arm and leg, and come back to center. Both knees bend, shake them out. We're going to go right into the other side. So the left arm comes inside the left leg, press it out and squeeze that left leg into the arm. Now, extend the right leg out. Exhale, hug inside of you to stabilize. Keep your brain focused on that nice deep connection. Keep pressing. Here comes 3 rotations. So exhale, hug that ball in. Breathe all the way down into your core as you rotate. Number 1. Inhale, open. Exhale, press and squeeze that left leg in. Now rotate, squeeze. Inhale, open. 3rd one. Hug that ball inside. Don't let your back float off the floor. 3rd rotation. Come back to center. Stretch your legs out long. Whew, inhale. Feel that breath come all the way down as you inhale. So you're filling all the way up. Release your pelvic floor. And then exhale. Let's hug back up inside you again. Roll your head and shoulders up. Remember, it's this pulley system as opposed to this crunch. We don't want this top-down energy. That's too much pressure on the pelvic floor. We want to be lifting up and over. So from here, I want you to press your head back into your hands. Use your abs to bring you up a little bit more. Now keep the work in the core. Take another inhale. Exhale, arms come forward. Roll yourself up and over. Now the roll-ups are interesting because sometimes people feel like their balls coming out when they're coming up because they're pushing. So I want you to practice, we're gonna do 3 more of these. You're gonna practice lifting up from the inside. So curl that pelvis to roll back. Think about that ball as like a rolling pin on the inside of your spine, bringing you down. Now inhale, exhale, hug up from the inside and let that roll you up and over. So even though you're coming up and over, there's no pushing. There's an up and over. Stretch over those legs. And then let's try this. Roll back halfway. So grand finale on this short core one. Cross your right ankle over your left ankle. And I want you to press down with that right leg. Really press. And then roll back a little bit more. And as you're pressing down, now I want you to kind of lengthen out of the legs, but try and lift your left leg up against your right leg. So nothing is actually leaving the floor. You're just creating this energy between your legs. And then see if you can keep lengthening out, but hug Ballzy up, in and up. And as you're trying to lift that left leg up into the right, it should be scooping right into those low abs. See if you can feel that. Now just tip your legs and pelvis a little bit to the right and rotate your torso a little bit to the left. Now hug Ballzy up inside the left side and do 5 pulses. Keep lengthening out and try to lift up. And come back to center. Stretch over those legs. So everything's connected. Your pelvic floor, your diaphragm, all the way up into your throat. So you want to just keep that breath flowing and make sure you don't get sticky in any of those places. Let's recross, left over right. Here we go. Press down with that left leg and then try to float that right leg up. They're not actually going to leave the floor. You're just creating energy. Now, as you exhale, hug that Ballzy up inside of you and to the back of your pelvic floor. Float back a little bit more. If you want to make it even harder, you can move your arms into these positions, as long as it stays in your core. So keep trying to lengthen out of the legs and try to lift the right leg, but it won't move, but it's working extra hard on that right side. Now tip your legs and pelvis over to the left. Here we go with 5 pulses. Hug Ballzy up inside that right hip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whew, and then come forward. Now go ahead and flip the legs around behind you. We're just going to do a quick stretch on the abs. But that should be enough to get you going and connected and feeling that nice deep core. So inhale. You can come up a little or you can come up a lot to see what feels good to you. You can look over your left shoulder and look over your right shoulder. And then push back into a child's pose. And take whatever else you need to kind of close out your core session. And good job, you guys. Way to tune in. Way to get reconnected with those muscles so that you can use them in everything you do. If you want to try more classes, there's tons on the website, ballzycore.com. You can try meditation. You can try full body activation. As long as you're using your breath and integrating that pelvic floor in, you're going to be connected to your power. Thanks for being ballsy.